I was like, yo, man, I met this chick. Her mind is brilliant. She's absolutely gorgeous. She's emotionally available, but she's straight.
So we met last year in May. I was commissioned for a story to come cover Black-owned businesses here in Houston. You know, I was living in Mexico at the time, so you were on my itinerary. They set us up for a meet and greet, which was kind of different for me because they set us up on like drinks, like late on a Friday night.
So strange.
Which normally doesn't happen. So had my questions ready, like, all right, we're gonna talk shop. But you came in and then just this big old ball of energy. Like, who is this girl? We hung out like instantly talking about manifestations and idiosyncrasies and just all the things at the bar. And even at that point, I was just like, yo, she's like super cool, super dope. Got out the Uber, it was like all the things rom-coms are made of. It was raining, we got out the Uber, we were standing under the umbrella, hugging. A kiss was shared.
Oh no, rewind the tape. Who kissed who?
I kissed you.
I
kissed you that night.
Oh.
And then you put me in my Uber and sent me back to my hotel, and that was that.
And I was like in my head, like, yo, I don't want to see this girl again. Day 2, when we get to the spot, it's like pulling teeth. Like I was like, so, like, are you available or what's your story?
I know.
Day 2 was like so
it was bad.
It
was bad. I know it was bad. Because I'm awkward. Like, in that moment, it was fun. I expected the night before to just be a night. I expected it to end there. I didn't expect to see you again. It was just a moment in Houston. We got through it. We got through day 2.
And then rough.
I invited you to breakfast the next morning.
And I showed up, and then from there, it was magic.
But even then, honestly, I still thought it was only going to be a moment in Houston because I lived in another country. We would FaceTime for hours.
I knew I wanted to see you again. I knew that you were headed back to Mexico. And that's when I just shot my shot. I got the plane ticket. What about these dates?
And I was like, wait, 9 days? That's a long time. What about 4? It was like we had such a deep connection virtually. And I was like, I've only spent maybe 7 hours with her total in person. Is it gonna be the same?
Because it turned out to be the best date ever.
It was the best date ever,
best
literally.
Trip, best visit ever.
This is my home base now. Like, I'm here for good.
Let me give me those googly eyes.
That in one of those conversations, I was like, I'm nervous about this because this is a new journey for me. You were like, I'll hold your hand. I've been documenting our story from the beginning.
Of course you're documenting our story.
Day 8, Friday, June 4th, 2021. I love you, you just don't know it. We've officially known each other a week. It feels like a lifetime. How can 2 complete strangers be so connected in such a short amount of time? Wild. I love how talking about our future together is not some taboo topic marred with hypotheticals and subtle innuendos due to emotional unavailability or lack of mental capacity to fathom anything beyond right now or the next fuck.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, babe.
Thank you for sharing this with me.
Of course.
I love you so much.
I love you, babe.
It was a healing moment for me because in that moment, I was unpacking other baggage in the past when I've had relationships with women who were straight, who wanted to keep me in the closet or they weren't okay with being out in the public with me. I was like, yo, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
Like, I live out proudly. I'm proud of who I am, and I expect my partner, my helpmate, to be exactly the same.
I hadn't been with a woman before. And I think when I told my friends, that was part of the conversation as well. I came home straight and I left a lesbo.
I think we've just done such a great job of creating a foundation of safe space that allows us to communicate in a way that it's propelled our relationships leaps and bounds. I mean, the connection is unbelievable. You're my best friend.
I agree.
But that first misunderstanding when we were just talking about you moving to Houston, and you were like, oh, I need to have a plan B if we know this thing is meant to be.
Right.
Like, why do we need a backup plan? And I was offended. This was like whenever we both had to go and do our own separate healing work because there was another level of healing that we had to fulfill.
I got into therapy to kind of unpack some of this stuff. Like, why was I feeling this way? Why did I feel like I need a plan B?
My reaction to you
yeah.
was like, what do you mean? Because in that moment, 8-year-old Khaliah felt rejected.
But we worked it out.
Yeah,
like,
we
we
did.
talked it out. We worked it out. I had to make you a playlist.
You sent me a whole playlist.
to get my baby back. Please, baby, please. I think about calling it quits probably every other night when you like snatch the covers and wrap yourself in your burrito and you leave me freezing.
I stayed because I know you were creative for me. You've checked everything off this list, my divine list, divine partner list. This is my divine partner list, and you check everything off, and then you add some more boxes that I needed to check.
Loving a Black woman. For me, it's like a warm batch of chocolate chip cookies coming out of the oven. It's filled with like all the ooey gooey goodness, and it's comforting.
I'm honored to love not just a Black woman, but to love you.
Yeah.
Because for me, you are the epitome of strength, of resiliency, of perseverance, of beauty, and this gorgeous face. Ooh. And you're also down to keep me in check.
You're my person. I look forward to filling out these pages every single day.